It's being called the biggest fucking waste of your hard-earned money to come along in years. Sony's new stupid box thing hit the shelves at crowded malls and overpriced electronics stores around the country today.
Yes, the PS5 Pro is $700. Add another $80 for a disc drive and another $30 for a vertical stand, and you've got yourself a console that's well over $800. It's teetering on PC gaming money, which begs the question, at what point should you not just buy or make a PC? Because it seems to me like making a PC is the more economical solution. So what makes the PS5 Pro different from the PS5? Well, it's simple really. Performance. Sony claims their new GPU will have 67% more compute units than the existing PS5 and 28% faster memory, allowing for, of course, up to 45% faster rendering.
It's got a whole bunch more memory and megapixels and whatnot than any of the other TV shit that I already have.
It sounds promising enough. It's almost 1.5 times faster. Games can be enhanced to run better on PS5 Pro compared to the actual PS4, but therein lies the problem. See, the PS4 and the PS4 Pro already did this once. A good chunk of the PS4 library got PS4 Pro patches, basically allowing them to make full use of the PS4 Pro's full power. The problem with this model though is that some games just won't get a PS4 Pro patch. Let's look at everyone's favorite PS4 game, Bloodborne. Bloodborne never got a PS4 Pro patch. At least not in an official capacity. This may not necessarily be the case for PlayStation 5 games, but there's always the off chance that your favorite PS5 game doesn't get a PS5 Pro patch. That said, Sony claims that more than 8,500 games will get their quote-unquote game boost, making PS4 games run faster than they've ever run. This, however, is a wait-and-see situation. But of course, the new headlining feature for PS5 Pro is, of course, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. It kind of sounds like Nvidia's DLSS or AMD's FSR. This, of course, is Sony's own AI upscaling algorithm. And of course, Sony claims they'll have more advanced ray tracing. They've added even more powerful ray tracing that provides more dynamic reflections and refractions of light, as per Sony. I'm not sure what this would entail, and yet again, this is another wait and see kind of situation. So how much will all of this cost? Well, I'll tell you. But before that, if you like this video or any other video I make, please like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. Spreading the good gospel of high-tech lowlife really lets the YouTube algorithm know that I'm doing well. This will set you back $700. Yes, it comes with a controller, and yes, it comes with Astro's Playroom. But that's it. But it's an all-digital console. It doesn't even come with a disc drive. You have to buy that separately for $80. $80. And as with the recent PS5 Slim, you have to go online to activate it. Yes, they enable DRM for a disc drive. And if you want the vertical stand like they have advertised, you'll have to pay an extra $30. Now, the vertical stand is completely optional, but I think the disc drive is absolutely worth getting, especially if you value your physical copies of games. Especially if you want to play a game down the line when, say, the PS5 becomes retro. So all in all, it becomes extremely expensive for a console. And that's just the console by itself, with no games, and not even any online service. But of course, online service is a lot of money. They raised the price of PS Plus. I didn't even know this until I looked it up. But the price of PS Plus now is $80 a year in the US. Some people may not want online play, and some people are like, okay, I want play online. But here's the cool thing. PC gets online for free. At what point do you just not buy a PC? Because I think at the $800 price point, that's when you should just make a PC. Now, I've tried parting out pieces for a PS5 Pro killer, but it still costs more upfront than a PS5 Pro, even with the disc drive. $902 compared to the PS5 Pro's $700 or $780 with the disc drive. It is more expensive, but here's the cool part. You don't have to buy all of your PC parts at the same time. You could buy a part now and then wait till you get paid next week and then buy another part. And better yet, you can benefit from buying used PC parts. And of course, I'll tell you a little secret. I've never bought a brand new GPU. I've never bought a GPU in a store where it's still in the box and it's brand new. I've always bought secondhand GPUs. As long as the GPU still works, it's still good. You could even buy a used CPU as well. Those are the two most expensive parts. Now, to be honest, I think you'll have a harder time finding a CPU. But you could definitely find the same GPU for cheaper. For example, I parted out a 4060 on PC Part Picker, which costs almost $300 brand new. But if you go on Facebook Marketplace, you could save up to $100. Now, personal recommendation, if you're too scared to meet people in person, then don't even bother with Facebook Marketplace. Saving $100 on this GPU almost brings it in line with the PS5 Pro already. And one of the coolest parts of PC gaming is that you don't actually have to pay money to play games online. You play online for free. You can even select a cheaper case if so desired. I chose this case though because it kind of resembles a console. And as for the SSD, you could get a 1TB SSD and cut down the price substantially if so desired. And honestly, I don't need a 750 watt power supply, but it so happened to be the cheapest one on the list, so it's staying. All in all, it's kind of a very rough build, and yes, you could build this with your hands, but it's an ITX build and it'll be a little more difficult. This would probably be more for like a living room PC, and admittedly it doesn't come with a controller, but nowadays you can buy cheap controllers that are very good. They may not be DualSense quality, but they're still darn good controllers, especially for the price. The real savings come in when you realize you don't have to pay for online. You don't have to pay Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony for online service at all. And with PC's true killer feature, near infinite backwards compatibility. Even if we're just talking about PC games, there's a ton of PC games you can play today. Many do work out of the box, but some require some tweaking, but that's better than just waiting for someone to remaster the game for PS5, isn't it? And if you want to talk game preservation, there's also emulation as well. I will admit, this is just a video for me to rant about the PS5 Pro, because honestly, it would have been the PS5 Pro I got if not for the price. I understand I don't have to buy the PS5 Pro, and that's a good thing because I'm not going to buy the PS5 Pro. It kind of just feels like Sony is fleecing you, especially because it doesn't come with a disc drive. You know, at $700, you could have at least included the disc drive. You know, the Blu-ray drive that you worked so hard to make the standard now. Like, okay, yeah, most PCs don't come with disc drives, but you know, you don't buy PC games physically anymore. Whereas you can still buy physical copies of PS5 games in boxes with discs in them. Who'da thunk it, right? But of course, we also have to address the elephant in the room, the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is nowhere near as powerful as a PS5, nor the PS5 Pro. But you know what? I feel like it would be a better investment just to be able to play games on the go. And honestly, with the Steam Deck, I don't find myself missing higher resolution graphics. Games still look pretty good on the Steam Deck, especially the Steam Deck OLED. But of course, I also make a bunch of Steam Deck content, so I might be just a little biased, you know? And I'm sure you, my loyal viewers, are just as biased as I am, because why else are you watching me, right? Anyways, PS5 Pro, I'll probably buy it used from someone, hopefully for a really cheap price that needs to get rid of it immediately.
Sony says they plan to release an upgraded 800GB version of this piece of shit by the end of the year. Just when you figured out the goddamn remote control for this one.
If you like this video, please press the like button and check out our other videos. And if you like those other videos as well, be sure to press the subscribe button and share the good gospel of high-tech lowlife with your friends. Furthermore, we have a community Discord for enlightened individuals such as you. And if you wish to further support high-tech lowlife, be sure to check out our Patreon page. Links in the description.